Please say it 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Good evening to everyone. So today too, on this day too, we are going to practice the noble meditation practice of Anapanasati. And today will be the last day of Anapanasati practice. So we were practicing the first step of Anapanasati meditation. That means we kept on working on the breath, and then we started the second step. In the second step, we observed the limited area. That means the area, so which included the nostril area, the big triangle area. Then after that, we started practicing the third step. That means, so we started observing the small triangle area below the nostrils and above the upper lip. So and so you were asked to observe the touch of the breath within that limited area, and later on you were asked to observe the sensations that arise within that small triangle area. But as a newcomer, you have to observe the first step. That means when the breath comes in and goes out, please observe the normal natural breath up to the end of your nostrils, right? End of your nostrils. So the all students, they are asked to practice the third step, right? So today somehow for the all students, we finish instructing about the Anapanasati meditation technique. That means breathing meditation technique. So right, no, we have just 1 week left. Then after that, that means on the month of May, on the 5th of May, we start practicing Vipassana meditation. So so starting from that day, you will be asked to observe the sensations. I think some of you are already experienced in that meditation practice, but it's a meditation practice that you need a lot of concentration and so a lot of hard work, right? So then you have to develop your sensitivity so to the depth level, to be able to understand the sensations not only on the surface level but later on. So your sensitivity should be strong enough to observe the sensations inside the body, that are arising inside the body. So for an example, so heart. So not only the heart, the pulse of the heart, you should be able to sense. So you have developed the ability to sense the sensations on the muscles of your heart. And then inner organs. So whatever the sensations that arise inside on your inner organs, you should be able to sense them. So up to that level, we have to develop our sensitivity. So for that, it takes time. Within 1 year, it's impossible. So sometimes you only sit for a day, maybe 30 minutes. So it takes time. You can't have it so within 1 year. So you need to dedicate. You have to work hard. So you have to work hard. You have to dedicate time, and then definitely you'll read. And so that's what we are doing during the Vipassana meditation time, right? It will start on the 5th of May. So then today I'm going to teach you another thing. So that another teaching of the Buddha, so that you can become stable. So stable in your life, and um, so that you can apply your practice in your day-to-day life. So you might encounter people who are angry, who get angry, right? So at your home, so at your workplace, and in the society, when you associate people, so there are times that people get angry. According to Buddha, there are four kinds of people that get angry. So they are just like the four kinds of snakes that we encounter. So the first snake is the snake that bites, but it's venom, so it's poisonousness. It's not effective, right? So it bites, but it doesn't have enough poison to harm, right? No immediate effect, no later effect, but it bites. And number two, so there are snakes. So when they bite, so there is no any immediate impact, but later on there are impacts, right? They are venom. They don't harm you at once, but they'll harm you later on, right? There are snakes like that. Yeah, she's in that field, so she knows. So then there are snakes. So when they sting, their poison has immediate effects, and then they have long-term effects too. I hope I use the correct terms, right? Immediate effect and later effects too, post effect. And then there are another kind of snake. So they don't bite. Even though they bite, so they have no poison, right? So there are such kind of four snakes. In the world too, you encounter these kinds of four people when it comes to anger. There is one person that gets angry, but later on, so immediately that person forgets and forgives, done. That anger is done. Then second person is the person who gets angry, right? And that not only that person gets angry. So second person is that person doesn't get angry at once, but if that person gets angry, that anger lasts longer. Right? They are dangerous people. And number three, there are people that gets angry. So immediately they get angry, and the anger lasts for a long time. Right? And fourth kind of people that get the people who don't get angry, right? Even though they get angry, they hide it without letting others know, and they quench it as fast as possible. So these are the four kinds of people. So when you live with the people, you have to understand what kind of a person that you associate, what kind of an anger level that person has, right? You have to understanding that you have to live accordingly, right? You have to live with them accordingly. And if you have the first kind of person, so make sure that you don't make that person angry, because immediately that person gets angry. Yes, but we understand that person won't that person's anger won't last longer. So if that person gets angry, make sure you avoid that person until that anger goes, right? And then sometimes that kind of people, when they get angry, they easily get angry. So then they can, during that time, they can cause some harm, So better to avoid when they are angry. So second kind of person, you have to be aware. You have to be very careful not to make them angry. So they are not the people who will get angry at once. But if they get angry, they keep it as a grudge. And not once throughout your life, they are going to get revenge from you. So you have to be careful. And then third kind of people are the most dangerous. They get angry easily, and the anger lasts longer. So make sure that you don't make so if you encounter such kind of person, make sure that you don't make that person angry. And then when if such kind of person gets angry, make sure that you try your best to let that person's anger go as soon as possible, right? So ask sorry, and if you can compensate in any way, try to do that, because that if not, inside such kind of people, the anger is bound to grow, just like a poisonous tree. And then, so such kind of people, they are going to get revenge again and again and again. So if you don't compensate, there is no stop in taking revenge, right? So fourth kind of people are the luckiest if you meet in your life. So if you meet in your life, because not only they don't get angry, so even though they get angry, they don't show the anger. Instead, they they try to get rid of that anger all by themselves. They are the best people if you can meet in your life. But very rarely you can meet such kind of people. So as lay people, you are not like monks and nuns. It's easy to get angry, right? So you're bound to encounter these kinds of people in your life. So act accordingly. So be mindful and act accordingly. So so use each kind of method. Use each kind of method that I taught you with all those people. And with the fourth person, please cherish in the friendship that you have with them, because they are the rarest, right? And if you get, they are the luckiest friends that you have, right? So with that teaching, we are going to start today's meditation. So today too, the newcomers, they are asked to practice the first step of breathing meditation. So please observe the normal and natural breath, which is coming in and going out, right? So if it is long, be aware that it is long. If it is short, be aware that it is short. If it is gross, if it is soft, let it be so. So keep on observing the current situation of your breath, current nature of your breath, right? So keep on observing. And don't think about anything that are related to you. Right now, give your entire focus to your breath. And so develop your inner calmness and inner peace, right? So all students, they are reminded to direct your entire attention to the small triangle area. Within that area, when the breath comes and touches, so please be fully aware. And when the breath is not there, when the touch of the breath is not there, so keep on observing the sensations within that small triangle area. So let it be heat, let it be coldness, let it be itching sensation, crackling sensation, or heaviness, numbness, pulsing sensation, or blood circulation sensation, or let it be anything. Sometimes certain sensations, they don't have a name. You encounter them for the first time, but don't imagine sensations. So just work with the reality. and don't develop more craving. Don't develop a new craving to observe a sensation that you haven't encountered yet, right? So whatever sensations, they rise to pass away. So let it be so. Just keep on observing. So they'll come, they'll arise, they'll grow and grow and grow and grow, and then they'll pass away. Let it be heat, a sensation of heat. Don't hate it. Let it be so. Just keep on observing. It'll grow and grow and grow to a certain level as it can, and then it passes away. Just like human beings, just like all the beings. So this is the nature of our body. So whatever sensation it is, just keep on observing as it is. So give your entire focus. So please keep your back straight, neck straight, head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm. Please take a deep breath. Let it go. And now please relax. First, I'll pay our respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and then we will start our silent meditation session. Please calm down. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho. Vijja charane sampanno sungato lokamido. Anuttaro purise dhamma sarati. Sattadeva manusanam buddho bhagavati. Swakato bhagavata dhammo sanditiko akaliko ehi pasiko opanaiko paccatang veditambo vinyuhiti. Supanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Samichi patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho. Yadidang chattari purisa yugani ate purisa puggala. Ese bhagavato savaka sangho. Ahuniyo pahuniyo. Dakineyo anjali karaniyo. Anuttarang punyakitang lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very balanced mind, a mind with a lot of patience. Everyone, please start your meditation. Please give your entire attention, your complete attention to your breath. If it is coming in, please be fully aware. If it is going out, please be fully aware. So the old students, please keep on practicing the third step. Whatever step that you are practicing, may your meditation be very, very successful. Be very, very successful. With a lot of determination, ardently, please start your meditation right now. Now, please keep your eyes closed. But if you like, if your legs are paining, you can relax the legs. And we are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. We are going to share our loving kindness. First of all, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. May I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards our parents, your dear mother, your dear father, your teachers, your relatives and friends. Me, my dear mother, me, my dear father, me, my dear teachers, relatives and friends. Be well, be happy, be peaceful. Please spread loving kindness towards them. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the people who are in the middle. The people who are neutral, who are neither our friends, and same time who are not our enemies. The people who are in the middle. May the neutral people in the world be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Now let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies. Let your grudges go and ask forgiveness for your mistakes that they did upon the other people. And at the same time, forgive for the mistakes that the other people ignorantly done. Spread your loving kindness towards your enemies. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. Not only human beings, all kinds of birds, all kinds of creatures, visible and invisible beings. Even though they have various kinds of differences, regardless of them, regardless of the differences, let's share our loving kindness with all. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May all beings be very peaceful. Spread your loving kindness towards all the beings, all the beings. Now, everyone, please slowly and calmly, please open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Let your whole body to relax. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times, Sadhu, Sadhu, Sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, so you are gradually moving forward and we are 1 week away from learning Vipassana meditation. So Vipassana meditation is the most important one and the most difficult one too. Out of all these three meditation practices, it is the hardest. So, because in breathing meditation, so you can at least feel the breath easily. But in Vipassana, you are bound to observe your own sensations. For that, as I mentioned, the sensitivity should be grown. So if you don't have enough sensitivity, then balance of mind, it's hard to observe properly, right? So we need to develop the balance of mind and the sensitivity. So in loving kindness, so last 2 months we are practicing loving kindness meditation. I think for many of you that is the easiest. So somehow determine that you are going to do it. Work your best. Do your best. So if you, let's say you have a burden, you have a huge bag with so many stuff inside, maybe stones and nails and this and that. Huge amount of stuff inside the bag. So this bag you are carrying. You are carrying this bag. The more you carry this bag, what do you think? Do you feel comfortable or do you feel uncomfortable? You feel very uncomfortable. So first, so you will start complaining. The nails are hurting my shoulder. So my body is just feel like breaking. My muscles are paining. Like that, you will keep on complaining. And then, when you keep on taking it with you for a long period of time, it can even cause your death. Even though we can't see, we are also carrying such kind of burden. So they are not visible like those stuff. So, but they are the most harming things that we were carrying. Our own negativities. From life to life, you were carrying these negativities with you. Fortunately, you could somehow suppress them, and you could do some good actions in your past lives. That's why you are here. You have got a chance. So it's a chance out of 0.00, and you can go billions, and so such kind of person. So you have to understand, we only have 8 billion human beings, right? And even though there are 8 billion human beings, and there are countless number of other beings. So, but all the beings don't get this chance. So only 8 billion gets the human life. But even though 8 billion gets the human life, chance of human life, all of them don't encounter the path to come out of all the negativities, right? Even though certain percentage of people gain the chance to practice it, hardly, half of them at least try for one day. Among them, those who start and practice at least for a short period of time are another very rare percentage. With determination, those who practice and those who come out of some sort of negativities are rarer rarer than those. And then those who practice and those who attain the final stage and those who come out of all the negativities and those who attain the real peace and real happiness and who live the greatest joyous lives on the earth or in the world, they are the rarest. So I hope good that you started and 3 months gone, but keep on working further. Well, cherishing this rare chance. Who knows? We might become human beings again, we might not. So we got the chance. Now let's practice as we can, right? So you have this burden of negativity. So the more you get rid of the burden that you are carrying, just like you get rid of certain burden that you are carrying, then you have less burden to take with you. The more you take out, the more you feel peace and comfortable. So just like that, inside our mind too, we have a lot of negativity. You have anger, you have lust, you have hatred, so you have ill will, you have jealousy, and many more. It's vanity, and so discriminating other, so keeping yourself higher than the others, and then so you look yourself higher than the others, and then you lower the other people, look down on the other people. So there are such kind of and sometimes you feel like you are lower to the others. Quality wise, yes, but all the other kinds. But in all the other means, by all the other means, all of you are equal. All the beings are equal. So this is not the time to teach that. Later on, I'll teach it. So then what you are trying is each within the 6 Vipassana meditation month, you try to come out of those negativities. I understand it's not like breathing meditation and loving kindness meditation time, but I want you to try hard. Please try hard. It's for your own good. So sometimes you will be asked to sit and you will be asked not to move any part of your body, right? So at the beginning you will be excused, but later on you have to do that. So that is for your own good. So the more you do like that, so you give the opportunity for some of your negativities to come out and to go away. For an example, impatience. We all have impatience with us. So when you do that kind of practice, when you do such kind of practice, you develop your determination deeper and deeper and deeper, and you develop your patience deeper and deeper and deeper. You develop your focus deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. That's what you are doing. So work hard. It doesn't matter. That the others don't come, don't practice. Make sure that you practice, right? Make sure that you practice and determine yourself and work hard and make your mind lighter by getting rid of as much as negativities that you can, right? So so we have to challenge the challenges, right? We say that, but we don't do that. So better to do this time. So challenge yourself and work hard. So all these differences like man, woman, like that, so they are outer differences. But inside the being, they have no difference. Body changes. The figures that we have, the appearances that we have, karmically, they change. Man can become woman, woman can become man from time to time. A being can become an animal can become a human being, that person can become a divine being. And so outer body changes, but the understanding that you develop, it doesn't change. So the nature of atoms, nature of elements that you encounter, they are not different. So you will realize when you observe yourself. So when the very meaning of this meditation, the word vipassana tells it. We means so special. Special means special. Passana means sight. So people call this, so certain translators use the word insight. But better than that, so what it really means is seeing the things as they really are. So seeing the things in the way how things actually are. So not according to particular colored view, right? We have views. So traditionally we have views like we are born. So most of you are born to through Asian culture. So we have this so Sri Lankan view, Indian view, Bangladesh view, like that, and then American view and African view, like that. But this is a view. This is not about that. This is beyond that. No view, no wave like that, no colored view. You see the things as they actually are. For an example, you see the nature of sensation. Let's say you encounter a sensation of twinkling, right? Then that sensation, even though an Asian, uh, so an Asian, a Westerner, an African, or anybody, whoever experience it. So when they experience it as impermanent, so that truth doesn't have any particular color. It is what it is, right? So it's a universal truth. Not only the planet of Earth, it is valid. Even though you go to the Mars, it's valid, right? So not only in this galaxy, it is valid for the next galaxy and thousands and billions of other galaxies too, right? So that's why it's a universal view, universal truth. So a thing that you can see and comprehend, right? Universally, it's a universal truth. So so we are going to see that universal truth within. You are going to understand that universal truth within. You are going to see who you actually are. That's called vipassana, right? Then when you practice deeply, not because Buddha taught so or the teachers teach us so, you realize that you are suffering continuously from birth to death. So and beyond that, there is a constant suffering with it. You realize that. It doesn't matter whether somebody is a Buddhist, Hindu, Christian, Muslim, atheist, or agnostic. All of us have. So, regardless of their ethnic backgrounds, religious backgrounds, and appearance backgrounds, so they have. So all of them have a similar nature. We realize that, and that is the suffering. Suffering is there. Then you realize the suffering is there because I think always about myself as I and mine. You always want things. to please this I. Then you, then when you keep on practicing, you will realize during vipassana that this craving has arisen because of a misunderstanding. What is that misunderstanding? This misunderstanding of I. It's an artificial thought that we develop, but it's a thought that we need when we live our day-to-day life. So we need constitutional awareness. But in reality, we realize that there is no any eternal being within, no any eternal soul. We are changing from moment to moment to moment. Right? So there is you think that Bhante Chandima is teaching, but the truth is, the Bhante Chandima who was in the past moment, he's not now, gone. And the Bhante Chandima who is right now won't last in the next moment, won't live in the next moment. We are continuously changing. Impermanence is there. And so there is no eternal life. It doesn't mean, so when you live your day-to-day life, you will say, oh, this mass bubble of atoms. So like that you won't talk. You will talk. Oh, this is Edward, this is John, like that. You will talk, but within, you understand. Even though you call people like that and yourself like that, there is no eternal being within. I'm changing. And no use of this madness of I, my. And no use of developing enormous amount of craving. Right then, you stop the competition. And you don't want to discriminate anybody. Right? You don't want to look down on anyone. You realize we all are the same. And then you start to doubt the craving that you develop, that you have with it. Because anymore, this is not some kind of an intellectual thinking. You experience it with it. So then you start to detach. You start to let go things as much as possible, right? You start to let go because you understand anymore. Even though how many things that you own, they are bound to pass away. It's bound to pass away. It doesn't mean you don't use them. You'll use them when they are used, when you won't use them. So, and you will be contented with what you have. And for the people, you will develop enormous amount of loving kindness, pity, compassion. And so when they are successful, you will develop sympathetic joy. And when they are angry, when they do bad things towards you, you will develop a mind of balance, mind of equanimity, right? A middle mind, right? So you won't get affected. You won't get angry and do things in return to take credit, right? You will be able to maintain your peace. Then, then you will realize, since the craving has arisen within me, so I have developed 5 kinds of enemies within. I taught about those 5 kinds of enemies at the beginning of this year. So 5 enemies of meditation. Can you remember them? Can you remember them? And laziness, that's number 3. Number 1, Dinesha. Can you remember? Kama Chanda. So addiction to sensual pleasure. Number 2, aversion. Number 3, laziness. Right. Number 4, wandering mind. Very nice, people. Number 5, doubt. So baseless doubt. So these kinds of, so we develop these five. That's why you have a lot of worries with it about your life. So you start to get rid of them. So so when a cause is gone, then the effect is gone too, right? So since the craving has developed these five, when it is gradually going away, then these five also go down, right? And your mind becomes becomes just like a pond which surface level is clean, right? Later on you will be able to clean inside too, and it will become a fully clean blue pond, right? So then you'll develop, so that's what you'll do. You'll realize and you'll do at the beginning. And then this is, so through Vipassana, what you are doing is a noble research. So I'm sure, so if you are from the chemical fields, so you'll do chemical researches, so like that, experiments. That's the way. And I know most of you are software engineers in that field too. There are researchers, right? So among them, so all those researchers, when you die, they go. They're done. But what you are going to do is a noble research. You are, in those days language, we call it Ariya Pariyes, noble research. So you start to research yourself. And you let go of your old views. So earlier we had views like, this is my head, this is my forehead, this is my nose. So just like when you were at the first grade, so they call it, this is my nose. So like that. So you let go of these basic words. You start to observe the body as it is. Then you realize, so even though we say this is nose, this is this and that, but actually the nature, the flow, the nature, so of this whole body, so we can't categorize them like that. So they are the same. So and then you will realize better to let go of this craving, and you will start letting it go. And then when it goes away, that is the time to develop inside the four sublime qualities. What are they? Number one, first sublime quality is loving kindness. Second sublime quality is compassion. Third sublime quality is sympathetic joy. Fourth sublime quality is equanimity. So you will start to develop these four within later on. And so then you will, when this very life become a very peaceful and very happy one. But develop, if you are fortunate, if you dedicate, developing this technique deeply, continuously, with determination, you will attain the ultimate peace, ultimate happiness, Nibbana. So this is the Vipassana practice that you are going to practice. Work hard. Work ardently. So work with an awakened mind. So with a very strong determination. And please understand, you do all these things for your own well-being. Right? It will be hard, but after the pain, you will realize some of my negativities have gone or suppressed. So work hard, starting from next week. Until then, make sure that you get the best out of these 6 days. And every morning and evening, don't forget to practice breathing meditation. Please practice and come prepared on 5th May. Right. Newcomers will be given so the same breathing meditation. So during the public session, I won't give so long instructions, but when we talk later after the sessions, so when we talk later, I'll give you further instruction. Right? So I hope you gain a very peaceful, very happy life in the future because of your practice. Now everyone, please think together, all of us gathered here and practice this noble meditation technique and accumulated a lot of positive energy. By the power of that positive energy, may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. Practicing the Dhamma path, practicing this noble non-sectarian technique, may all of us attain the real peace, real happiness, purification of mind, Nibbana. With those thoughts, please concentrate. Abhivadana silise nichang baddha pachainu Chattaro dhamma vaddanti ayuvanno sukhang balang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me bacche ato nibbana sampatti iminati samiccetu. May you all be well. May you all be happy. May you all be very peaceful. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Sukhi hotu, sukhi hotu, sukhi. Good night, Meena. Good night, Rahul. Rahul and Pragati, good night. Mrs. Shruti, good night. All right. Sorry. Wait for a moment. All right. Now all of you can unmute.
Okay. Thank you, Bhante.
Good night.
Yes.
Good night, Pragati and Rahul.
Sure. Good night, Bhante. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Good night, Mrs. Shruti.
Good night. Thank you so much.
May you be happy. Good night, Mrs. Meena.